this button. We're all unmuted. Hi, stream.
Hi,
Hey.
Jay. Ah, blah, blah. Yeah, blah, blah.
Chances are this stream is mostly going to be roleplay and catching up with what's been happening in the world since everybody was in the Feywild. And they came back 3 months after they had left. When you guys arrived back after having dropped off Melinda in a safe space, Silas staying along with to assist and to help your friend sort of be safe and hopefully get her memories back in a an environment not as deadly while still being at home in the Feywild. You guys were then able to use the coin, I believe. You just straight used the coin, if I remember correctly, to teleport back home. You guys have been rewarded by a couple of things too. One of you has a wish, a singular wish on a wish ring, and you guys did so much in the Feywild. There's no reason for a recap. That was pretty soon. It's not like normal where we've got like 3 weeks between when we last played. So yeah, you guys flipped the coin, ended up back home. You saw that your house came to pick you up outside, basically. And Aram has now seen that the house apparently shifts on its foundations if it wants to, and has a bunch of red something inside of it. It's a flesh house. Who knows?
Gross.
And that's where we ended. So. You were ushered in back to your fortress, back into your fort. The older butler handed out some food for everybody and sort of has a tray filled with little snackies, just some little like cheese and crackers type deal. And has brought you guys into the fort. He looks over and goes, "Are you all in need of rest, or would you like to be brought up on stuff immediately? I'm uncertain as to of your current condition."
Oh, we just slept not long ago. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess probably being caught up. Everybody else.
I'm following the group.
That's fair. Like the one at the party, kind of in the corner when they don't know anybody at the party.
Just standing in the background, just like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that over there?
He sort of nods his head and goes, "All right, then, to the dining room, I suppose. We'll make some actual food for you all. So have some lunch for the day. And we'll prepare some notes on everything that's occurred over the past 3 months while you were gone." It is the first time you've really heard / comprehended the fact that you guys teleported back 3 months after you had disappeared. And he will turn around and walk away for a moment while you all are able to figure out what you want to do. You want to check anything in the fort before... But yeah, before being told all the stuff that's occurred over the past 3 months while your butler prepares.
Do I know how long I've been away? Because if not, I'd like to investigate that.
Sure. You sort of do your like spiritual like meditation for a moment and just check with the nearby spirits. And almost immediately when you reach out to your spirits, you see not too incredibly farther from where this fort is, there is a huge spiritual energy off in the distance south of you.
Ooh.
Like a bunch of spirits doing something. You're not sure what, and the like threshold, quote unquote, for that spiritual realm is fairly close to where this fortress is. But as you sort of search out for a moment, you're able to tell Since you left the syndicate and started bouncing around at different places, since you got sent over here, it's probably been a similar amount of time. You imagine the return trip together added 3 months total to your since you left as well. So although it felt longer for you when you were in the Feywild compared to them, probably because you were probably at the carnival for a few extra, a little bit longer while you fought and learned some stuff about it, and you might have been somewhere
Made
else
some
slightly
deals.
before the carnival. Like you spent a little more time in the Feywild, but you still showed
Mhm.
back up 3 months after you left and got teleported to the Feywild.
But
The wibbly wobbly timey wimey didn't add any extra time on when you left. Basically, if everybody
okay.
left at a different time and then got teleported together, they come back at exactly the same time compared to when they. It's some weird shit.
Mhm.
Weird voodoo magic. Uh,
Voodoo man.
so yeah,
It's
you're
just some
you're
timey
fairly
wimey stuff.
you're fairly certain that it's about 3 months since you entered the Feywild as well.
3 months in a day or something.
Yeah.
Spirits, yes. What? How close?
So this like spiritual wall, this sort of like density of energy is almost directly south from this fortress.
Like an
Like
hour travel, a day
no, like the
travel?
forest beyond this sort of cliffside at the back of your fort. As soon as you enter
Mhm.
that forest, you have entered the threshold. It is
Oh,
right outside of this fortress to the south.
I want to go over there.
Are you gonna try to just be like head on out while everybody else is getting their stuff together?
um, I'm gonna grab whoever is closest to me and be like, "Hey, there's I'm getting a feeling over here, so I'm gonna go uh over here just for a little bit, and then I'll come back. Be like 20 minutes.
Hey.
Why? Why 20 minutes?
That's what I was thinking too.
Then while everybody else is headed to their rooms for a moment to get some stuff together and then, gonna go eat some food, Aram, you take flight and sort of flutter your way south from the edge of the fortress to what is a very like you can see that you're surrounded by woods. Um, you could vaguely see as you sort of flew up a little bit. If you look northward, there's like a village or like a city really close to the fortress, and there's like a huge castle
Hmm.
beyond that just a little bit.
Oh.
But the forest is foggy and dark to the south, whereas it is not the same to the other directions. Mind you, it's always nighttime here, but it is like an ominous level of dark to the south. Um,
Mm.
And as you sort of go over towards that forest location, are you going to drop down into the forest or are you just flying over it?
Um, I'll drop down into it. Like
Okay.
wherever the edge of that like feeling is, I'll just kind of like poke
So
my head in.
you fly down the sort of like edge of the cliff here in the forest into the what would be the sort of threshold into the cursed forest. And as the sort of rolling fog flows out towards you and you walk in towards the forest, you can feel that sort of threshold, that step, that little bit of like thin membrane holding something back. Do you
Mhm.
want to cross it?
Uh, not fully cross it, but I'll like put my hand in and then put my head in,
Sure.
and then
Uh,
maybe take a step.
you can give me a perception check, please. So check perception. Yeah. Yeah, so you have a natural sense for spirits and spiritual doohickeys and, all the mumbo jumbo that you just naturally understand. Uh, Mortals have told you like a few reasonings for this, and like, oh yeah, you see into the spirit world, and it's all a bunch of bullshit to you because I mean they're there. They're these little ghosty things. You're used to seeing them. And
Yeah.
before you even reach your hand into the like shield, you do see in the distance there is a woman, crossed arms, sort of pretty well dressed, but the frayed dress at the bottoms, the frayed, sleeves. You can tell right away. Oh yeah, that's a ghost. There's a ghost out there, just like vibing and like crossed arms, just staring at you. As
Mhm.
do you still put your hand through the shield?
Yes.
Right. As you put your hand past the threshold, you feel the cold spiritual energy, and you can tell that much like when a contract is made of like uh not necessarily evil, but like something bad was required for the contract, right? So it's not like, oh, the contract, the person died unfortunately. No, it's like, oh yeah, due to the contract the person was murdered. um
Ooh.
it's this sort of malevolent spiritual energy as you put your
Mhm.
hand through, and the ghost sort of tilts its head to the side, but has not moved closer yet, and is a good like 40 or so feet away from you, but it's just staring at you through the trees. Um, and yeah, it just feels like when people made pacts with like people who had been murdered almost. That kind of spiritual energy, a darkness.
Mhm. Uh, After I wave, if there's still nothing that she's doing, I'm gonna like, "Hello? Hello there."
All right, do so. The spirit sort of flickers through a tree, flickers closer for a moment, getting to within about 20 feet, still sort of clinging to one of the trees. You're able to see that this woman seems to have probably died by getting decapitated, as there's a big scar line across her throat. Um,
Ooh.
she also, now that you are closer, seems to be trying to say something, but you can't hear it. But her
Mhm.
mouth is moving, like she's talking. And you can see that she was probably a vampire, as she has the sharp teeth of one before she died.
Ooh. Mhm. I'm gonna stick my head in as far as my ears, getting ready to pull my head back quickly. Let's see if the shield is blocking me from hearing what she's saying.
All right. Yeah, you put your head in and you begin to hear the whispers, the faint sounds of something. The language doesn't come to you immediately. It seems not like it's not common. It's not celestial. It's not any standard ghostly feel, but as you sort of feel the spiritual movement, you can tell it's trying to mantra like a bunch of warnings, like it's repeating itself over and over and over, the same warnings. You can't tell what it's saying exactly because it's still a language you don't know, but you get the feeling that this spirit is trying to warn you about something,
Mhm.
and it just keeps repeating itself
Uh,
over and over and over.
Dang, I thought I had like comprehend languages, but maybe I don't. I mean, that would only make sense for my character and her backstory, but apparently the player is too dumb to recognize that. Fuck. Okay. Um. Okay. I'll just whisper back to her, and I'll be like, know what you're saying, but I will be back with maybe someone who knows what you're talking about. And
Yeah,
then I'll
as
like,
soon as you say maybe I'll be back, the ghost flies in your direction and
"Ugh."
immediately hits where that wall would be, where that membrane would be. Do you reel back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you reel back as the ghost sort of hits this membrane and pounds its fist against it for a moment, and then stops and turns, and its mouth opens wide, and you just see its head fly off, and the ghost evaporates.
Oh,
Nothing else seems to be on the other side of that wall. You don't know what just decapitated that ghost. So yeah, where you
oh,
going now?
Imma go back to the house.
Okie dokie. You head back. Is
Imma,
anybody else?
like, can I on my way back, can I fly upward and, like, see if I could scope in the forest and see anything before I start flying back?
Yeah, as you fly up, you can very easily tell where the like quote like spiritual membrane is on this forest because the fog sort of like fills its space. There's almost this like bubble around this forest, and it seems to reach out towards the mountain range and sort of almost a portion of the mountain range in the distance. Um, you can't see too much farther as the cursed forest does actually cover this entire area down here. I don't know if you guys can see the map on stream, but hopefully y'all can. The cursed forest
Mhm.
is like all of
E
this. It is this huge swath of forest right here in this corner. Um, so you just see like the beginnings of the bubble here, and then it just goes off into the distance.
Mm. So the bubble's, like, almost touching all 3 of those, like, our house,
Yeah,
the
so
call
it
it,
it it sort of starts at the
Binford.
back of your house. It does actually immediately curve towards the mountain range, so it doesn't like cover here. Basically, if you take a triangulation here,
Mhm.
like fulmination station to like the mountains, over to these mountains, past these rivers, and then you go back up the river to about halfway between the fort and the old Mauer lands, and then you go back to the fulmination station. There is some travelable woodland ish, but like when everybody was traveling, I don't Aram wouldn't know this, but when everybody else was traveling, um as you guys were traveling up Mauer lands and towards the Ebon Fort, the east was the cursed forest. Like you could literally see the dark forest to the east. So yeah, it sort of just covers this region here. Is a big cursed forest.
Okay. I think I understand. Everything was delayed, but I think I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, basically you are correct. Everything east of the road from the mountain range all the way to Host is basically cursed
Mhm.
forest.
Okay.
So yeah. Does anybody else want to do anything before the meeting? Nothing from Caliana. Mai, did you want to do
Nope.
anything before the meeting? Rigel.
Um, don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
I have anything. No.
All right. No worries. Um
As soon as you did the bag command, I was like, "Did you take Melinda out of the bag?"
I did. I did.
still Melinda's being dragged around. Don't worry, we left
Slowly
Melinda. We left
suffocating.
Yeah.
Melinda. Opens the
She's
bag,
gone.
just
It's
dead
fine.
body of a fairy drops out. Oh shit.
She's gone.
Yeah, she's gone. All right.
Well, could use
You
her in a
all
potion. That's what she would want.
You all are able to
That's what
meet
she would have wanted.
back up in your main eating hall. You are rejoined by the Death Pact Angel Aram. As everybody comes back together, there's food placed out on all of the tables for you all. Looks pretty freaking delicious. As stepping forward is your vampire butler friend yet again. Looks between you all and goes, all right, so I wasn't sure of the order I should go in, but we'll go with the simpler things first. Things that are closer to home, as it were. First off, we were sent mail for Lord Rigel, and he reaches in and pulls out a bag and puts it on the table in front of you. From what we have counted, it is 380 platinum pieces from your
Right.
different investments that have been sent. That was sent to us as of the 18th day of summer 1, which would have been 2 days ago. So we just got the second payment, which was 2,000 gold. The first payment was a little more than 1,000 gold between all the resources. It seems as if they have earned more money over the course of the most recent season. Second is news on your other dragon friend, Shadrinth, who has left the Fulmination Station. She has gone out to explore, and that is all we were told by her. So we could not very well stop a dragon from doing what dragons do. We will apologize for that. But he has gone out to explore. Shadrinth is no longer here at the fortress. Money. New news within the Host lands, specifically. So everything near us. Recently, thanks to your efforts in Francia and taking care of the problems out at sea, as well as telling them about usage of our teleportation circles, and our general friendship with you all, Francia has sent us a bunch of supplies. There are also some troops and some tacticians here from Francia, as well as an embassy has been built. So there's now a Frankian embassy here in Hostland. Along
Neat.
with them came, we'll put it loosely, as financial assistance. But the Soul Syndicate from the Republic has sent its banks to help with investments and general money lending and whatnot, as is required by anyone who wishes to come and live in our lands. This will hopefully boost the amount of non-natives that will come and live here. So we'll get a bunch of immigrants, hopefully, as we need more people that aren't just the community. As for
sit up a little bit taller.
as for the state of the civil war, the conflict that's been occurring, no real motion has occurred between Host and the Mauer estate, which is now technically owned by Host as well. It has been determined that there are remnants of the Mauers running around making a problem for us everywhere, as well as Visconti is still very much against us. It seems they have a new ally, along with Varmin, but Varmin are not in a great situation. They are also left to remnants currently, which I will explain in a moment, but it appears that their group is currently allied with Morella von Host. Our lords, our high lords, Aunt, who has shown her face and has been proving to be a problem. However, the Varmin estate, which was a part of that group, is not doing well, as the Church of Alistray has marched north from Pardim and has taken out both House Varman, and House Rajal. So as of right now, the Holy Church of Alestre currently owns all of that territory. Luckily, we're holding them back, but we'll be uncertain as to what continues their crusade against all non-humans. Second, I mean, at this point I'm at fourths, I suppose, for what's happening in the Civil War. Our Lord, Alistair von Host, is getting married.
Oh,
Congratulations!
To who?
right.
I'm sure he
house!
would.
It's the house.
It's house.
It's the community. No,
Ah.
Polygamy.
as a part of the yeah, he's dating everybody, literally.
Nice.
As a part of bringing the conflict and guaranteeing that all parties that are on our side of the war stay together, Alistair von Host will be marrying a member of House Talley. Let's see here. State of conflicts outside of our nation. If I scroll out a little bit and zoom over here, not much has changed map-wise. Conflict between Tumont and our western allies, as it were. Bergamo, Carrick, Sol are still acting as a wall against Tumont from invading the woods, as well as House Talley has been sending allies. And thanks to our teleportation circles now being used by Frankian soldiers, there is an added level of supply that is helping keep the wall to our west from falling apart. To the south of Tumont, they are also still trying to invade the kingdom of Efrit. However, as of recently, the full force of multiple houses of Efrit has been held to bear, and Tumont has been pushed back quite a ways, all the way to their mainland in Catherby. As members of the House of the Cerulean Flame, members of the royal family have all began to work together to push everything back. Apparently, the matriarch of the Cerulean Flame arrived in what could best be described as a brilliant fireball, annihilating a large portion of Tumont's troops, resulting in the first major pushback against Tumont. Many adventurers have also been traveling to assist Efrit, as it is an adventurer-run country, which has a certain level of loyalty to adventurers on the whole. And it seems as if Tumont is struggling, but has not yet ceased conflict. Along with Efrit having its full forces to bear, from the south, the Golden Kingdom has sent some of its emissaries to assist in the fighting. And that is the news of all of the conflict currently occurring, through what we know. There has been an outbreak of undead within the Storm Queen's territory now, the Storm Queen's Valley. There's been an outbreak of undead apparently in the central region that they are attempting to take care of. There's still conflict and issues between the different Yaldrums that are fighting, but as that is a closed country, the most we know is we've been warned that there are a lot of undead currently making problems. And I believe that covers all of the major issues and problems. Is there any other news any of you all would like for me to research and or see if I can remember off the top of my head? Oh, I took another drink because that was a lot of talking. Well, you can think of anything. Feel free to consume your food, figure out what you're going to do next, and I will be available.
Oh,
Neat.
I remembered a question.
Yes.
Do you happen to know who is leading the Soul Syndicate in this area?
I do. Their names. Hang on one second. I have them written down because I already wrote this. Soul Syndicate. Yes. There's a member who calls himself Hawthorne, and a dealer who calls themselves Krell.
Okay.
Yeah. Name wise, you don't know them off the top of your head. The Republic's a large place. The Soul Syndicate is fucking massive. If
Yeah.
you want to determine their ranks and stuff, you'll just have to go meet them.
Yeah.
Although I suppose it's a good thing that you don't know them because that means they're not a part of those large meetings that you're
Yeah.
used to. They're at least none of the higher ups there. But nobody with a
Mhm.
scary name.
Yeah, none of the scary people. It's fine.
Mhm.
That's all I was worried about.
Yeah. Ah, yes, the Archangel. No,
Ah.
Any other questions?
Nah.
Right.
Food time.
You all are able to consume some food for your lunches and determine what's next on the docket for you guys. There's all sorts of stuff going on in the world, but that doesn't mean you have to do anything.
Uh, I think over lunchtime. Uh, I'm gonna ask Mai. Mai,
Mhm.
what's the deal with this whole book thing you got going on? Like people won't let you touch books for some reason. What's the deal with that?
Uh, Write some information that you know on a sheet of paper, and I can show you.
Uh, Aram loves souls a lot, a lot, a lot. Andrew.
She grabs the sheet of paper and flips it around to where the writing was.
Is
Oh,
is this where we learn that Aram doesn't know how to write because she's always had like an assistant that writes for her?
it's I was gonna say it's very not good handwriting. Like she learned how to write, but it's not good. That they didn't make her practice her penmanship.
Yeah, my as soon as you grab the paper, you're able to the text just sort of falls off and into your book, and you can show Aram, and it's blank now. There's nothing written there.
Ooh, where did it go?
I mean, it's basically in a mind bank.
Mind bank. Hmm. Interesting. So can you recall that information when you need it?
Yeah.
So if I tell you something verbally, does that also go into your mind bank?
Well, in a separate portion of it that I actually have
Mm,
to physically remember.
mm, interesting. Very cool. I do have something to tell the entire group as well. I was thinking maybe Mai could help me with uh maybe information that you might have read. The creepy forest shadow bubble, fog bubble. There's a ghost in there and also lots of spirits that I would eventually like to investigate and see what the deal is with that. Yeah, there was one lady who was like dressed in red, had her or dressed in a a dress with it was a little bit torn, and uh, she had looked like she had been decapitated in her life,
Great.
and is now since a ghost. And then I think I somehow decapitated her again, or something else did. I am unclear.
Kind
I
of
mean,
rude of you.
I'll help, of course.
But yeah, it's just south of here is where I saw her. I told her I would maybe potentially come back with people who understood her language because apparently I don't fucking understand.
Oh, no.
What language?
She looked to be a vampire, so I'm wondering if it's this Inostran that she was speaking that I am so unfamiliar with.
And why are
What the That's fantastic. Uh, but yeah, I would like to, unless you guys have more pressing matters. This seems like it's been going on for a while, so I'm pretty sure nothing will really happen with that anytime soon. It seems like it's been undisturbed for a while. So, but eventually, I would like to go and look at that with some assistance, if you wouldn't mind.
I don't remember who was told this, but I think one of you is supposed to know this. I'm gonna guess it's Rigel because of the whole owning the Fulmination Station thing. But
And also asks a lot of questions.
yeah,
But Maya
um,
also explored the little area underneath where the ghosts were locked up. So
yeah,
She did.
it is believed that one of the lost relics of the old times is at the
Oh,
center of the cursed forest. This is like the Immortal Empire level of like, like 2000 years ago style uh relic somewhere in the center of the cursed forest, which is causing what it currently is the belief. Now, whether those rumors are true, who knows? But it is a common belief through Nostra, so you guys would have heard it at some point. Aaron wouldn't have, but the rest of you guys probably would have heard it at some point or been told about such things.
I don't think we have anything super important, so we can go look at that whenever. I just gotta go shopping at some point because I got money.
I mean, we also just got back from a huge mission, and a well-deserved vacation is in order, I believe. So it's not like we need to go right this minute, but
No, no, that's fine. That's fine.
yeah.
Should also probably congratulate or say acknowledge the marriage since we're like we live here. It'd be rude not to.
Yeah.
Can we go?
That's a good question.
Are we in the wedding?
Yeah. Can I
sorry,
be
Cal.
the
There's
maid
not
of
going to be
honor?
any princes there.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, we should also get you a room. We gotta talk to House about that.
Yeah, I assumed that would come eventually. If I just roam the halls long enough, maybe House will.
They'll just be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
But yes, we can get you. We'll do that after we eat, and yeah.
All right. Yes, 380 platinum. So you got 3.8k gold, basically. 3,800 gold. because you were earning your two things upgraded over the course of what was going on, but had a payment beforehand. So one was a little more than 1K as it was being upgraded slash ended up being upgraded, and then one was it had upgraded by the end of the season. So you got paid for 2 seasons, one of which was kind of upgraded, the other one wasn't. And then you have the thing that you share with Lyra. So you there was a bunch of mixed money going on in there as you got your payments. But now what will effectively happen is every season you're earning 3,000 gold per
Nice.
season, which is 2 months. Just passively. You just get it after those months passed.
As long as the place doesn't burn down.
Correct. As long as other people aren't currently working against said places. And who knows, maybe there's people working against them. Woo! Although, with your money pouch, there is notes and notations by
Ooh.
your lovely Deuterino. What was that?
The shark boy.
Not the
That's
Shark
Minotaur.
Boy.
I hope it's not the shark boy. If it's a shark boy, that'd
Oh.
be kind of funny.
Yeah, it's not. It's not the Sharking Minotaur who's
Minotaurino. Aw.
who's writing.
Charles,
Yes, Charles, the
the
bookkeeper.
bookkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Charles sends a note that says, "Upgrades went as expected. We now have a main dock which we can rent ships to and from, as well as we can, act as a portion of the dock here. So the foreman has been granting us authority as a dockable location, and we get paid by the state if we're not privately docking something here. So income should increase, as well as the butchery has grown, and Teshik has brought in one of his family members from the Wildland Federation to come and be the butcher. So it was free employment to begin with. We didn't have to go looking or put out recruitment. And as such, our total profits should be rising slowly over time, and we can afford the increase in crew that we have obtained.
Yay. Awesome.
Which then adds Vancha, the butcher, to your group of named companions. She is a Vulcan female. She's got the full goods, right? She's a fucking minotaur. She's a big old lady. Yeah, you
Did I
have one
spell her
more
name right?
named crew member. Spell her name right? Vancha. Is that how you spelled it?
Ooh, I put an S.
Yeah, Vancha. Vancha. Got that hard noise.
I ain't about that noise.
That's Teshk and Vancha. They have annoying names. Males tend to have shorter names for minotaurs. But, whatever, it's fine. The opposite of dragons. So yeah,
Hooray.
you have a new employee, and you gained 3,800 gold pieces for basically just having a place out in
Let's go.
the distance for you. There is also some news from Lyra for all y'all, that she has acquired a few new ships and has begun acting as a proper captain of the Black Fleet, and has been working with Frankia for the explorations into the domain of water, so into the elemental plane of
Ooh.
water.
What a twist.
Yeah,
Right.
she's been the one manning the crews that are going into that plane that opened up after you killed Charybdis's fortress. That portal that opened. She's been working with Frankia to actually send in expeditions now. So she's exploring the high seas of the elemental plane, And the reason that she's being used as the major there is because the largest curse on the water plane is the Everstorm, which is that red storm that she is a part of. So now she gets to go and actually see more of the plane that has the curse that she has originally had, at least, and can sort of build a foundation for her power when the plane eventually gets closed off again. When Frankia figures out how they're gonna finally seal away that open portal, Lyra will be stronger and ready to do whatever. Who knows? But she's
Ooh.
on her own adventures now. Oh, and she also had a little note in there for Rigel that said, "And my crew will keep supplying," but it's just like a footnote where it just says like, my crew will
Hey,
continue to assist the shop, and then that's it. And she's still taking her money. She's still taking her half of the shop's pay, so you will still
That's
only
fair.
get half of the joint pay, as she is using that to help build new ships for her fleet. So yeah,
What are you talking about? It's just lining her pockets.
yeah, pretty much.
Or paying back the ships that she borrowed.
Quote borrowed.
I am gonna change her assets listed on the OneNote eventually, because now she doesn't like own half of a privateering band. Now she actually owns like her own fleet. So that asset's gonna change eventually. But that's fine. She's not an active player, so we'll change that when you guys go and actually meet Lyra again, or when I remember to change the assets.
Hey.
But I already changed Rigel's. They're now tier 2 and tier 2. Although I should do. There we go. The Harbor Pawn Shop now actually says 2k GP half to Lyra. And the Cilia Sharkery has 2k GP as the seasonal. So you'll earn 3,000 GP for doing nothing every season.
Heck yeah.
Approximately. We'll do some dice rolls. This time we're not doing a dice roll because multiple months have arrived, and it was winter. Oh no, it went through spring. Oh, it went through spring. Can you give me a dice roll, please? Can you give me a D20?
Okay, yeah. Oh,
Okay. Cool.
Nice.
Then I'm gonna move that towards the next thing. I'm gonna put a note here for your next payout. Last payout was summer 18. Notes here. Cool. Next season, you're gonna get a bit of a bonus from what happened during spring, but you don't know that yet because you were just sent money.
hey.
Cool. High number is good in this case, so woo.
Hooray!
Yeah. All news seems good on on every front as it sits.
Good job, guys.
GG.
Oh, did you ever get that teleportation circle? I don't remember if we hired someone to do it or if Rogma was doing it.
Does remind me of another character too. Okay. I don't think
remember.
I don't think you guys have a direct teleportation circle. I don't think.
I know we were gonna get one in the back. It's in the thing, in the map. We were gonna make one, but I don't remember if she was the one making it or if we hired someone else to do it when we left.
I thought we hired someone else to do it because we were leaving.
Yeah, I think it was gonna
Because
be
otherwise I needed to do it.
covered.
Because otherwise, to make the teleportation circle, I had to like be there every day to like do it for a year or something.
Oh yeah.
I think Alistair was gonna assist with that too. I think that was a part of the new stuff. And with all the resources coming in, and if Alistair knew that you wanted a circle, which I think you talked to him about, I'd say yeah. When you go back in, other news added. I forgot a couple things anyways, so perfect.
Hey.
I only had so many notes because
Oh, by the
I
way,
Yeah, I just took like 3 days to just be like, what the fuck has happened and who exists where again? So you now have a teleportation circle, a privatized one. Alistair knows the circle, and then you guys will know it, and of course, the mages that were hired to build it know of it. But that can't possibly come bite you in the no.
Hey.
But now you guys are able to mark it down, and you're able to quickly like sketch it down and leave it in your brain book. However, none of you currently have anybody who can cast teleportation circle, so good luck with that. But you now have one in your house, which is fantastic. Also, your crew,
My.
your necromancer friend has been staying here for a little bit. And you have been informed that his pay had been covered as well. And he has taken portions of the laboratory over that was down in the basement area. Oh, so you have Jira here.
Hey. Nice.
And his pay has been covered as well by Alistair.
Got a local necromancer.
Yeah. He's been helping out around the city. Alistair has been like, all right, fuck it. If you're gonna keep assisting us or what we're doing, I'll just put you on my payroll for a little while they're gone, basically. It's more cost effective for me to just pay you now and keep you here. So pay it out to the Mages Guild. And also, there is a small emissary for the Mages Guild. So if you need access to the Mages Guild, there's a small emissary here. There is no Mage Tower yet. There's no actual like guild site. But there are members of the Mages Guild here acting as like hey, if you guys need to hire anybody, we can go and contact somebody for you type deal. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening. It's been 3 months in a war zone, basically. In a safe area near a war zone, I suppose is the better descriptor here. There's been a lot of resources and people moving through. I keep thinking about anything else that I might have missed, but you guys are free to move about the cabin. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to the bedroom.
Yeah. It's all intact. It's well taken care of. You got butlers and maids taking care of that shit. It's nice and clean. You meditate and you're able to drop back into your world and check through all the echoes and see things if you'd like.
Ask how they're all doing.
Everybody in the Echo land seems just fine. They're chilling. They're still trying to figure out ways to properly get more things out of the realm. They're like, okay, so we need stuff from outside to be brought in so that we can then make stuff out of the stuff that was brought in, and then we can send it back out. But sometimes when things are in here, it mutates a little bit, which is kind of a problem. So when we send stuff back out, like, they basically inform you that, like, hey, we made a new type of drink. It's really good. It's real, so you can take it with you outside, but we also don't know what it'll do to people who aren't psychic. So...
Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bless you indeed. For all we know, if
Yeah.
non-psychic people drink this, they'll go crazy. Who knows? But we have a drink now that is unique to us. That kind of thing.
I'll definitely take some outside and see what happens.
But yeah. Because we did an Aram, we did a Kaliana's going back into her Echo realm. You felt the change originally, but were kind of like, hey, I'm home. Let's take a moment to address all the other situations I have to worry about. Are able to finally properly open the book and look through all of the new content that was added. As you begin to
Yes.
look through, as apparently Caldecrit has been doing a bunch while you guys were gone, and has been writing his own notations of things. So most of what gets added is his notes and his tests of stuff. The most important test of which is not related directly to the magic, but is related to the square, the cube. Apparently, he believes he has determined a way to possibly get it open, and doesn't know what's inside, but apparently whatever's inside is definitely, like, aged in by the design of this device. So whatever's inside was worth caging back during the Immortal Empire era, which might be a problem. Or it could just be somebody didn't want to be bothered and locked themselves away. But because it's signed by all of the magical seals of all of the different archmages, it was probably less of their choice and more of the archmages deciding to seal everybody away, which means the entire empire agreed that whatever is in here needed to be shut off. But he thinks he's found a way to possibly get it open. Further testing needed, obviously. As well as, when it comes to the seal-based magic, the sigil magic, he has vaguely learned that the reason the sigils are working on the cube and are not working in the real world the rest of the time, because all of the archmages, all of their sigils, all of their names stopped working when the Immortal Emperor disappeared, and all the archmages disappeared along with him. As if, like, a power source just turned off. Somebody removed the battery and everything turned off. Whatever's inside this box is keeping the box turned on. All the seals, all the sigils of their names still work because of whatever's inside of this. Which means, theoretically, if you open what's in there, it's possible that all of the other old magic turns back on too? Or it's possible that this, whatever's inside of it, can turn on the old magics and turn back on the things of the Immortal Empire era. But he still doesn't know what's inside of it. There's no notations. There's nothing out there that says what's actually inside the box. So yeah, those are the notes and stuff you get. What would you like to do, Mai? As you're, like, shoveling through this amalgam of new information.
After she finishes it, I think she'll go see what Jira's up to first.
Sure. You head on over to the basement, and you can see that it's been cleaned up quite a bit, and a lot of the machinery that was down here when there was, like, a ghost down here is gone, and it's been sort of, like, swapped. Some of the pieces are still here, but most of the machinery that was down here has been changed out for other materials, other devices. He's got a little, like, bookshelf that has a few things on it. And he sort of looks over and goes, "Oh, you're back. Are all of you back? Or just you?"
No, well, 3 of us that you know are back. We have a new person with us.
Okay. Yeah. You been okay?
All things considered. But what have you been working on?
Ooh, okay. All sorts of stuff. Immediately, like, drops into, like, a, hey, cool, I get to tell people about my nerdy shit. And he immediately, like, starts going, okay, so necromancy wise, turns out the forest that's right next here is just packed, filled with ghosts. Like, metric shit ton of ghosts. And so he starts going through like a list of things he's like been trying to figure out about like how does the seal work? Well, if it's actually a relic like the rumors say, maybe there's a way to like go in there and take the power source, and then do you gain control of all the ghosts? But it seems like they're actually caged by this device, so then does it just open up and all the ghosts come pouring out? And then what else is in there? Because there's like a malevolent energy, but like the ghost I've seen before were like kind of chill and just didn't want me to enter the forest. So like I don't know what's up with that. And so he just starts spilling out just a bunch of information about necromantic based research into the cursed forest. Um, and yeah, he just starts talking your ear off for way too long for you to do anything else. Hey Rigel, what are you doing?
Telling Freya she's stinky.
Probably
Yeah.
true.
What time is it?
You guys
Never
would have,
really.
yeah, you guys would have just eaten. Eaten? You would have eaten lunch. You eaten the midday meal, brother.
Eee.
Yeah, you guys would have consumed lunch and conversation, so you'd be sort of like a little afternoon-ish by the time everybody went to go do their own things again and talk and communicate.
Okay. I want to go to the mail place basically. I want to send some letters.
Yeah. Yeah, so it is directly attached to the sort of public teleportation region as you head in on into town, and you see that town is pretty lively. Like there is a bunch of not just like the community, but like a bunch of other like vampires have moved in. There are some more mortal race like humans and stuff that are Nostrian in nature, pale skin, dark hair, that kind of deal. Um, and then you also see some Frankians in proper blue uniforms, acting as sort of like you can tell that they're probably some form of like infantry division. Um, but like they're spread out, so they're obviously like on a day off, or they're just like doing minor patrols around the place, just looking at stuff. Um, but you're able to make it to the central teleportation area where you see that there is uh some black armored vampires that have sort of the red veins through the armor as they're wearing the bloodstoned armor, as well as there's a few Frankian guardsmen standing at the ready near the teleportation circle.
Modric. Oh.
Hmm
Right?
Um, and you're able to see that there's a place with a couple of other mages who are like preparing bags of mail and just sort of getting stuff ready for a little like little sectioned off teleportation circles that are meant to like, all right, we send a bag of mail, it ends up at the other teleportation circle type deal. How can we assist?
Fine. I got a bunch of letters. Well, not a bunch, a couple of letters to send out.
Of course, whatever you would like, Lord Owen.
Thanks. Well, that's okay. Okay. Uh, uh, I need send it to my fishery, both of them. Well, no, hold on, hold on.
You've got the Harbor Pawn Shop and the Cilia Sharkery, which are in two different cities.
Okay, so send one to Scylla. We back. Good to hear that everything went well with the upgrades, and welcome the new person. Tell them I'll visit at some point.
All
And
right.
another one, specifically for Lyra. I just said, Cool, thanks. We back, by the way.
Like looks up for a moment and goes, "Is that how you want it worded?"
Uh-huh.
Okay, and writes it exactly like that.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. Ah, yes, my lord. You want to write it as casual as possible. Understood.
Okay, how? Lord, what is this?
Well, yeah, you're the owner of the fortress, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we've been informed that you're a lord of Host territory, correct? You're a member of the nobility here, correct? Oh, I got hydrated.
Wait, I think we made this joke already before, but since he's a lord now, does that mean he has to get married for territory?
His mom wants him to.
But
That's
Rogwan
all
was gonna
moms, though.
give quote unquote give me children.
Melinda was going to give you children. Please make that distinction. Melinda.
Melinda was gonna kidnap some children for me. I
Rob,
mean,
I
I
didn't know you
guess.
were into sentient
Okay.
potatoes.
Ah!
I suppose I never thought about it that way, but I guess you're right. Don't know how to feel about that.
You prefer something else? I was told by the community that you and your team were members of the Fulmination Station, which is what the fortress is apparently called.
Yes.
And we're supposed to treat you all with a level of respect, but that you have the actual title listed under your name. So the community said we should probably call you, Lord Arwen or Lord Rigel or something of the similar. If that's wrong, we can tell the community that, and then everybody will know pretty quickly.
Travels fast here.
There's one person that loves to gossip.
And it's our house.
There's one person that loves to gossip, and it's somehow 80% of the city.
Yeah. No, this is technically correct, I guess.
Wonderful.
It's just there weren't many people here before. Now there's lots of people.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've got a lot of migrants and stuff now. I actually came from the Republic to work here for a little while. It's kind of nice here. Dark
Ain't it?
all the time, which I don't know if I can get used to. Um, but it seems like a nice place. It's pretty chill. It's weird that I can tell somebody something and then people will know that I'm coming type deal. You know what I mean? Like I can be like, "Hey, I really need this from the store. I'm gonna go get that," and then I go to the store and it's already ready for me. Is kind of weird, but I'm getting the feel of what the community is, and it's actually kind of a nice little like hometown feel that everybody kind of knows who you are because everybody is one person. It's weird. It's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the community is pretty cool. Once you get past the ooze from the walls, they're pretty neat.
Well, luckily we don't have that problem. All our walls are hand built by us properly. But I've heard that the fortress does have it living in its walls, which is kind of weird.
It is, but also nice.
So I have been
You just
informed
don't
that
think about it.
our sewers are apparently the community.
Ew.
Careful what you throw down there.
Ew.
Yeah, it lives under the city. Much like when you guys first fought the Elder Ublex, where it was sort of in like the basin there and like reaching out through like through the what would you call that? Like the sidewalk where water flows in the sidewalk portion, like the gutters almost,
Sewer
but
grate?
like
Yeah.
yeah, like the sewer grates, the like drainage areas. It was reaching out through those and then up into like ruined like houses. Everything here has been sort of rebuilt with the idea that the community is actually an oobleck still, just sitting at the bottom of the city, reaching up and out to create the people. So a lot of buildings are being built with the intention of letting the community just kind of be there, which is also kind of weird. Yeah. Is there any other mail that you need sent out?
Ooh, send one to Alistair, uh, congratulating him on his marriage. Uh, tell him we're back. Hope to see him soon.
The person sort of like pauses, blinks for a second, and looks over at their over their shoulder, and you see one of the people sitting behind them sort of look up and go, "Just tell him for you." And you notice it's one of the members of the community.
No.
Hey,
I mean, if you want to deliver it, that you could do that. Something more personal about a written message.
sort of like squints and goes, "I don't understand some mortal reasonings on things," and like looks back to continue work. The face sort of drops back into like the normal work person, and then they just go back to continuing their labeling of letters and whatnot. And the other person goes, "Okay, I'll write that out. Okay, we'll get that sent out."
Okay, thanks.
All
That's
right,
it.
you've got it. These letters will be sent as soon as possible. The one to Alistair will be sent very quickly, as it's just up the hill.
Hey.
The other two will take a moment. Teleportation has been sort of clogged recently, as a lot of resources and supplies have been coming to and from directly from Frankia. So it might take a little while for those messages to get out, but at most it'll be like 2 or 3 days before we can teleport them.
This is fine.
Right.
No rush.
And we'll pass it off to the member of the community behind, who then starts properly labeling them for districts and whatnot. District, region, address.
Up the hill.
Yeah. Well, except the Alistair one, which is just passed off to another person, and the person looks at it and goes, "Why don't we just?" And they should shake their head and just like wave no, and they go, "Okay," and passes it off to somebody who just immediately begins to take it away from the building. They're just gonna head straight on up. They're gonna take it right now.
Hey. Thank you.
Of course. As
And that's all I want to do.
we'll roll back around then, as Rigel, I assume, is making their way back to the fulmination station, and we go back to Aram.
Babe,
What you doing?
that's me. I'm walking around the house just looking at it. I'm peeking my head in a bunch of rooms to see where everyone is.
Yeah, so as you head around, it's a nice fortress. Like it's pretty freaking cool. It has like a bunch of different like individual rooms. Up in the like second or third floor, there's a room just for like the people who work here. Which has kind of a nice view and is like actually a nice place to stay. It's not like a normal servant's quarters or anything. It's like kind of a cool set of rooms and shades and whatnot. Um, there's this like very small climbable area that has like a little hole that you definitely can't fit in because you're a huge comparison. But remembering that they had a fairy friend, it's pretty obvious to go. That's probably where the fairy used to go up.
Mm.
And you can see everybody sort of has their own decorations on their rooms here. You're able to see that the elven lady, Kaliana, is meditating and is almost like transparent purple right now.
Ooh.
as they've currently dropped back into their
Mhm.
echo realm, and there's only a ghostly remnant of what Kaliana would be.
Mhm. I'm gonna sneak in her room and just watch her for a minute or two while I snoop around her stuff and then exit.
Sure thing.
I am none the
Kaliana.
wiser.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kaliana, are you
Oh.
just staying in your place doing your stuff?
Yeah.
All right. Then yeah, Aram, you are able to snoop around, and you can see that she looks similar in transparency to like a ghost, but there's no frayed edges. There's no etherealness to it, and you can tell that it is not spirit in nature. It's something else. It's a different power of some kind that is making her that sort of transparent purple. Um, you've heard of psychic powers before, but you've never used them and you've never seen them before.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's kind of weird.
Making a mental note to ask her about that later.
Do so. And you're able to move about the other rooms. I'd imagine as you're looking through the other rooms, you find the basement that has some necromantic energies from it. And as you open the door and like look down in, you hear the a man's voice just yapping, just talking and talking and talking about spirits this and spirits that, and oh yeah, the necromancy, we learned how to do this and that, and whoever he's talking to like isn't talking back, like he's just drowning them out entirely.
Uh, I'm gonna stand there for a minute or so and like debate with myself, like, how important are spirits? How important are spirits? How important are spirits? Uh, and then maybe I'll fall down there. Hello? Hello?
My, somebody is calling down. You have an escape route. but also Jira goes, yes? Who is that?
Hi. Hello. My name is Aram. I hear you're talking about spirits, and I am also interested in spirits, but also I am very not interested in lectures.
Jira goes, oh, I don't give lectures. And he pauses for a second and then looks at mine and goes, I have been talking a lot, haven't I?
I will actually just shrug. Well, not really for me. I actually enjoy all the information that you've been saying.
Nice. Also, you have a book of information, so you're probably used to this. Okay. Concise, preparedness, and talk to people normally. Yeah, we were just talking about research into the cursed forest that I've been doing.
Ooh, I have some information, and then I'm gonna like boop 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 my way down.
As soon as he sees what you actually are, he just stares for a moment, like, "Oh, hang on, that's an actual angel just walked into my laboratory." Um, hi, uh,
Hello. It's fine. I get this a
your
lot.
celestialness. Sort of like gives a bit of a bow.
No, no, that's fine. You're
Okay,
fine.
okay. Um, yeah, I was doing research into the cursed forest. Turns out there's some really nice ghosts in there that just don't want you to enter. But then there's this like
Mm.
evil, malevolent presence that's like really bad and doing really bad things, but like haven't been able to like identify exactly what it is or who it is. And then some research into like if it's a relic, is it just holding them all there? If you get rid of the relic, do they all come pouring out? Or do they like just disappear? Or do you control them? Um, just, theories, ideas, designs, that kind of thing.
Yes, I saw a glimpse of, I think, what you've been researching. There was a lady who seemed to have been decapitated in her former life that I encountered but could not understand.
His eyes sort of open up a little bit as he goes, yes, 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 yes. I've seen her twice so far. And he goes to his notes and pulls out his notes and goes, okay, a Nostrin. Yes. I'm pretty sure I identified her already. She was an unnamed woman who died during the first uprising. She was executed, had her neck severed with an axe, decapitated. Um, and she's one of the listed like peaceful ones. I have found a few aggressive ghosts, but none of them are like fighting aggressive. However, there's always something that happens to all of them. They all seem to want me not to enter the cursed forest, which I have entered a few times and not regretted it yet, but I haven't gone very far, luckily. I have seen one of the ghosts die from this malevolent presence. They seemed to die, however, they had died. So in this case, the ghost was decapitated. Its head went flying, and then it sort of poofed into nothingness.
Yes, I saw that with that ghost, the lady that happened to the lady.
Yes. Okay, cool. So nothing changed. That's good news for my research. Now, I felt the presence at the time. It was telling me to leave at the time. And then it got decapitated. And then I felt the presence rush over me for a moment, and I ran. It was very evil, and I think it affected me with fear. I could not see whatever the creature was, which is concerning, because I don't know how to fight a creature I can't see yet. So, I've been trying a few techniques. I've tried looking into the ethereal realm, and there's nothing there. I've tried looking purely for magic, and there's nothing there. So, I don't know what it is yet. But I have been able to form a bubble, sort of like an anti-bubble, a shield. And if I enter with that, the ghosts can't enter, and the malevolent whatever can't enter. But the malevolent whatever can damage it. I was able to determine that it can damage my version of whatever's sealing them inside. And then I ran because it was damaging it. That's the most I got from my research so far. And he pulls out this like necklace that it's got like a few pieces of bone and some sort of like liquid inside, almost like a thick resin like liquid. He goes, so this is the device that I figured out can make a shield similar in nature, but it makes it like a bubble around you to hold things out. So it sort of takes your pocket of non-curse into the cursed forest. But whatever that malevolent invisible thing is, it can attack and break your this shield created by this. It takes some time though. I was able to get out safely, but that's the most I have of cursed forest info so far. And I like this research, so I'm going to keep doing it. And then Alistair hired me to make some other stuff, and so I've just been here researching kind of whatever I want, which has been really nice.
Is anything that he said or the necklace that he pulled out triggering anything in my memory?
No, this is out of the range. This is like actual like cursed something or other. Like this is just raw magical fuckery. You can tell that the device he's made is like a necromancy based magic. Like that's easy enough to tell. Anybody who could sense magic would be like, "Oh yeah, you use necromancy. It's got pieces of bone in it. Of course he used necromancy." But beyond telling that, like when he pulled it up, you could kind of feel that bubble again. You could feel that like spiritual blockage, but it's nowhere near as strong as the threshold that you had gone through. So you can tell it's probably like way weaker than whatever the big bubble is being formed out of. But practically speaking, it does seem to do what he says. It will keep spirits from entering. It will sort of force the spiritual realm away from whoever's wearing it. Um, it's just it has a duration, and whatever the force is that he can't see can definitely attack this thing and can break it early. But yeah, that was my research so far. And then I kept talking about other necromancies and stuff. I
Mhm.
enjoy talking about things I like.
Mhm. I can tell.
Yeah. Oh, I remade this too. And he sort of like opens a bit of his cloak, and you see that sort of metal plate that has points in it, like it has like stabby bits facing in towards him. As he opens it, goes, "Look, I made a new one." If you remember, that's the thing that he used when he was on the ship.
Uh-huh.
He stabbed it into himself. He just slammed
Which is
his
why
hand
mine's
into
not
the
saying
plate.
anything. She kind of just sighing in her head.
Yeah.
That looks like it would hurt.
Yeah, that's the point.
Mm.
Sort of a sacrificial magic type deal. I made a few other devices like it, but they've been kind of iffy. I wanted to make something that could sever connections, similar to what we've used before, sort of pointing at but aim it at the creatures that are in the bubble just to see what'll happen. And so far, it doesn't seem to work the way I was hoping. I haven't gotten one to do anything. Ghosts just sort of like
Mm.
flickers. And if I try to use it against the malevolent feature that I can only kind of vaguely feel, it also doesn't seem to do anything. So whatever it is, it's not connected via similar threads like the thing we fought before. But I'm still working on other devices. And thanks to the money and grants that I'm getting from Alistair, I think I can build something. Just gonna need time. Time and research. Assuming you guys don't kick me out of your basement.
Mm-mm. I think that's something that you have to ask the other group members. I am too new to make those decisions. I
Oh
apologize.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Also, I'm sorry, I did not catch your name.
Jira. The name's Jira. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Aram.
If you need necromancy based magical tools or other necromancies done, I'm your guy. Mostly what I study.
Ah, I'll come see you first and foremost.
Sweet.
Ta-ta now. I'm going to leave. Turn around. Yeep.
All right, you head on out. Are you headed with Aram or are you staying? What you doing?
Nah, she's gonna stay.
All right. Kaliana, you've had some conversations with your Echo friends. Uh, Learned what they're trying to do. Um, Trying to get anything they can out, but they just need more. They need more stuff to come in too. You know. Um,
I want
yeah,
to help.
you're probably gonna have to go shopping and just buy a bunch of a bunch of
Nothing.
seed and a bunch of soil and a bunch of stuff that they can actually do stuff with. Heck yeah. Rigel, you're able to head back towards the fort. Is there anything anybody else would like to do? Role play or otherwise. Doesn't have to be mechanics, obviously. You're welcome to go
Before I
shopping
forget
right
again.
away.
Oh,
Who you
okay.
dragging with you? Who you taking with you? Are you dragging anybody with you, or are you just like, I need to go shopping
Let's
right now, and you just wake up and
let's
run?
let's
Mm.
drag the
Please.
girls, all the girls. It's girl
Shopping?
bonding time.
Okay. So, you're able to find Aram has sort of left the basement, and you can vaguely hear the noises of possibly a Mai down in the basement.
And by that,
Goyos?
he means Jira.
Yes.
Yeah.
You hear Jira talking at
Girls?
nothing.
Let's go. It's time for a bonding experience.
Ooh, bonding experience.
We haven't had much time to have fun and do anything fun, so
Dragging Mai along with you.
yeah. We're
All
forcing.
right.
Come on, Mai. Don't make me pick you up.
Jira sort of gives a little nod and goes, "Just go have fun. You guys just came back. No worries. My research will still be here."
Shots, yeah. Well, I was actually going to do some serious shopping, but that's okay too. But I'm no fun. I don't even get
Need that Feywild
Your stuff
drink,
is
baby.
weak.
Yeah, this stuff is weak.
All right. You get the girls together as you head on into the city. Probably passing Rigel as Rigel's coming back.
Bye, Rigel.
Bye.
Okay, bye, guys.
Okay, bye.
Well, then I go, like,
Mm.
I'm like, would you come along, Rigel?
Where are you going?
I have to go.
Girls' Day.
I have to. We're having a girls' day, but you can join the girl.
But where are you going?
I have to go shopping.
But where are you going shopping?
What is? We could just go anywhere.
Yeah, so within Host territory, now you have access to the teleportation circle here, the public one, in which case you could just go to any public teleportation circle really from it. And I'd probably say your costs leaving here is basically just waived because it's like, oh yeah, you guys own the fortress here. Yeah, no worries. Your teleportation back will probably cost some money. But you could go anywhere you wanted to. Basically the same as if you had Melinda with you. Just any public teleportation circle you could just go to, which is anywhere in
But
the
now it costs money.
world.
But what is
We need
the
a new
best?
phone book.
Oh yeah.
Quick, use the ring to wish for a new one. No.
And for like basic materials and stuff, like I know you want like, seed and soil and whatnot, you just need farming, which means you could just shop here in Host territory. You can just go to like the general store and be like, I want to start farm, please help. And they'll be like, okay, here you go.
Okay, we'll do that. Then we'll go to the closest one.
All right. Apparently, Rigel, she's gonna go to a general store.
Oh, no, you guys had fun. I'm gonna get Sid and we're gonna go somewhere else.
Wow, boy.
Yeah, go pick up Jira. Go take Jira shopping. No,
yeah, poor guy.
Go get Alistair. Go.
Yeah. Bachelor party.
I'm sure Jira's fine.
So yeah,
Bachelor party, I love it.
Caliana takes y'all to the general store, and you see a fairly large general store has been built up over time here, and there are shipments of like a lot of stuff still outside, like being stocked and being moved, and resources are coming in from Frankia pretty consistently to assist all around here. And there are carriages outside that have the like Inostran like logo on it. And then there's like the Host, the sort of black heart on blue background on a few of the carriages. It seems like resources are being shipped in and out from here all the time. So this has almost become like a general store Costco, but it's more like it is the supply depot for pretty much everyone in the region, most likely at this point. Everybody on their side of the Civil War. So yeah, you're able to head in and you see not too many people shopping, but of the people that are here, they have like these big long lists and are talking with different people in the supply region. And as you enter, as all three of you enter, a vampire woman sort of sees you enter and goes, "Hello, hello, hello. I've not seen you here before. Welcome to the store. We have all sorts of stuff available. Are you looking for stuff in particular?"
Start a farm, please help.
Oh, you're starting farming. Perfect. Okay. What sort of farming would you like to start? Sort of soil are we looking for here?
Basic stuff.
Are we looking to grow like just a bunch of vegetables? Are we trying
Yes,
to
yes.
brew stuff? Are we trying to maybe fruits? What
I think the best route for now is veg.
Okay. Yes. Yes, we can get a bunch of vegetables. Region, because it is always dark here, are we only nighttime style things, or are you someone
would
from
think.
abroad? Yeah, in your realm there is plenty of sunlight whenever you want, and there's plenty of night whenever you want.
It's very sunny and it's very flexible where I am.
Okay, so we'll act like we're shipping this to like House Tele or something. In that case, there's all sorts of good vegetables we can get for you. I don't know if you need actual farming tools or whatnot, but we can get you some of the basic soil starter. We can get you corns, we can get you wheats, beans, all sorts of available grains and vegetables.
Yes, let's get it all.
Okay, so let's see here.
That would be just the whole building just
Yeah.
Where is my base of operations book? Hang on. Hang on. It has prices for things that I can actually use, and I can just be like, oh yeah, you'll make this much money off of this much resources if you spend this much money now. Hang on. Hang on. Where is it? Dropbox, please. Don't do this to me. Oh, it's loading very slowly. Oh. There we go. D&D game. Books. This one. Ah, I've been shot. Frickin' Rogma shot me? What an asshole.
Good shot.
What an asshole. Okay, so if you're looking for just a start of oh my god, I keep getting shot. A start of resources for being able to have output of like vegetables and drink and that sort of stuff. Then all you will need is where's the expansions? Hail!
Say that with a box on your head, and I'm just like, oh yeah, you got it.
Don't do it.
Wow.
Yeah, you're only looking at about, if you want to have constant output, then probably about 2,000 gold will get you enough that you can produce a whole bunch of stuff.
Let's do it.
It would be like, oh, you need farming for the entire village? Here's like a village worth of farm stuff. If you just want like a little bit of output, then you can do less.
All of it.
Heck yeah. Then for 2,000 gold to start with, they can begin the use of
Oh.
oh yeah, make the minus 2,000 and GP all one word. There you
Hey.
go. And because you like immediately go to hand over the gold, she's like, "Oh, oh, you have it right now. Okay. We'll get it all tied up and ready to go. Some of the resources will take a
Credit.
moment. And so she like hurries over and like puts the order in like, "We'll call. We have a bunch of shit to grab." And the people in the warehouse are like, "Okay," and immediately begin moving to grab and whatnot. And she goes, "It's just gonna take a little while, but the resources should be ready to go. Do you want us to ship it somewhere in particular, or are you just taking it with you?"
Yes, let's ship it. Our shared household.
Just up to the fortress then.
Yes.
Okay, easy enough. It should be there by the end of the day. And yeah, they'll get that stuff ready. Aram and Mai, do you want anything from a big old general store, a big old Costco?
Let's go.
I'm looking at armor, I'm looking at dresses, I'm looking at bows, I'm looking at girly frilly stuff.
Yeah, there
like that.
is a lot. Now, it looks like there's no nobility level or like the high level quality that you would normally want to buy. Unfortunately, there's nothing of that high quality. However, for the basic armors and whatnot,
Yeah.
freaking rude! I got killed by Kaz.
Good job, Kaz.
For the basic clothing or for the basic armor and stuff, you kind of know what you're gonna get, and there's just about everything available. Like if you just want like plate armor, yeah, it's there.
Mhm.
If you want chainmail, they got chainmail. Now, if you want something more like specialized or enchanted, then they probably don't have it. As this is more like big general store rather than like magical store, magic shop type deal.
Mhm.
But there's a bunch of
I'm
stuff here.
just doing I'm browsing like I've seen some of my sisters do when they go shopping.
Sure.
So I'm doing the browsing and going, "Oh, this is cute," and then put it back in the rack, and then pick something else up and go, "Oh, this is cute," and then put it back in the rack.
Sure.
why
You're
don't
you're going through the social movements of acting like anything here is
Yeah.
actually worth your time. Understandable.
That's
Yeah.
pretty neat.
Yes.
You can tell it's an aspect by the way it is.
I have a T-shirt of that now. It was given to me as a gift.
All right. Mai, do you wish to grab anything while you're here at the store while Kaliana has very much been on a mission to be like, "I need all of this," and immediately paid up front for it. Aram is like walking around being like, "Oh yes, this looks cute," and then putting stuff back, and then, "Oh yes, this is cute," and then put stuff back, and then be like, "Oh, this looks useful," and then doesn't take anything. She's just like going from one thing to the other.
No, Mai's just gonna get a little better hold on what Aram is by following her around.
Yeah. You're very easily able to tell that she seems to be just going through social cues. Except there's nobody giving her social cues right now, so she's just like,
like holding stuff up. If Maya is following me around, I'm like holding stuff up to like I would want Maya to put it on, and then I put it back in the rack. Like move on to the next thing, hold it up to Maya.
"Oh yes, this would look good on you." Puts it back, walks to the next thing. "Oh yes, this would look good on you."
I was told girls' night, or I was told girls' day, girl time. This is what girls do during girl time, right?
Mike gives her a deadpan look.
Just, Aren't you gonna buy something?
I don't really need anything at the moment.
Something kind of fun? Small thing to carry around? Something for fun while we're at the fulmination?
Um, I I guess I could look at the instruments.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
By Monopoly.
Buy Monopoly. Oh no. This is 3 hours of hell. That's what that is.
Yeah, there
Oh.
are instruments. There are plenty of them. Now, none of them are of the utmost quality, but all of them are like general usage instruments.
Mhm. Um, maybe I'll get something small, something that I don't know how to play. Probably like like a harmonica or
A
something.
harmonica.
I don't
I'm just
know.
like Aram, this like regal gold armored thing buys like a banjo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but banjo is very similar to my arm violin. So like it still got strings. I feel like she wouldn't know how to do
He buys a
or like
recorder.
drums. Yeah.
Dude, buy like one of those big like barrel drums. Just be like, oh, I like this because it's huge. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I like the noise.
Yeah, if it's just like common stuff, you're able to totally grab an instrument without having to spend any major money on it.
Yeah, I'll get some bongos.
Heck yeah, get some bongos. My, you see as this large angel lady buy some bongos.
What?
You are continually confused by this creature. Um, your insight somehow is giving you nothing? Pretty sure you rolled at least a 20.
I mean, if I yeah, 22.
And yet you have no insight into what the hell she is doing. Goody. One of our fire alarms is chirping.
Nice.
Luckily, I don't think you guys will be able to hear it, hopefully. But we'll see.
Not hearing it.
So yeah, you're able to grab a set of bongos. Kaliana, you're able to get your shipment ready. So you'll be able to teleport it to your little Echo home. Anywhere else you guys would like to go?
Anywhere else you want to go for Girls' Day? I'm up. Let's go.
I don't know what else girls do on Girls' Day.
I don't either.
I've never done this before.
I only slightly did this before. I just thought it would be good to become closer friends.
According to last time we did this, we should go to a bar next.
Yeah, right.
Kaliana spills everything.
Yeah. Well, I do have a fun drink. We can that my townspeople.
Ooh. I would like to try this drink.
Hey, back.
All right. Rigel, while they were shopping and you were on your way back, quote unquote, to the Fulmination Station, what did you and Sid go and do?
Sid, we're going shopping. Or
going?
more, I'm shopping and you're coming with me. And if there's anything you want, just let me know. But no offense, I don't know what you would need because you're a dragon. Yeah.
Hmm. More food. Always more food. Lots of food.
We can definitely do that.
Endless food.
Not that.
I just see this dragon going, like lifting its head, endless food.
Give me that ring. I wish to wish for endless food.
No, I don't think it works that way. But no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was
good
he
point. We
influenced by
gotta
the
figure
Sapphire
out
Dragon?
how to do that. Because Rigel doesn't know how wish works.
Mm-hmm. You can go talk to an expert.
Oh, I heard it.
It is a very tiny chirp.
Very tiny chirp.
I
I
am
think you can only hear
prepared.
it when he talks.
Yeah, kind of. I am prepared on the mute button just in case it goes off. Because they are replacing the batteries right now.
Uh,
Just in case anybody who's watching the stream, prepare yourselves to mute the stream because my button is mutes Discord. It does not mute the stream. I have to then click it, so you guys will be a second behind. So you guys might get a little bit of, but we'll wait, we'll hold, we'll see. Yeah, you do got to figure out how wishes work. You want to try to find somebody who's gets how it works, or are you just
we got a mage tower thing here.
Yeah, you got a couple of emissaries, yes.
We'll go to them first.
All right. You go hunting for the emissaries, and they aren't that hard to find as you find a portion of a building has sort of been taken over. There's just a little sign out front that basically says, Mages Guild, local emissary, and there's just an open door. And if you go inside, there's two people just shuffling through some miscellaneous books that they have and some paperwork. And one of them looks over and goes, "Hello, do you have any business with the Mages Guild?"
Yes.
Wonderful. How can we be of assistance?
So I recently acquired a ring that will grant a wish, but I don't know what that means.
Immediately, that person is just like they're stun locked for a moment as they're like,
Hello.
"I'm sorry, you said you found a ring of wishes?"
I didn't find it. We completed a task and was given this. Or was given it.
Okay.
Mhm.
They sort of reach down to like a book and they open it up, looking at something. It looks like a list of words, and they go, "What's your name? You don't mind
Rigel.
me asking?" Raj. Her finger sort of moves up the page towards the top and goes, "I see." And they close the book. Right, what would you like to ask about it?
Mhm.
You see what?
That you have acquired a interesting magical item. How can we assist? What questions do you have?
How does it work? Does it just I do whatever? I wish for anything? Anything happens? What can't I wish for?
Kind of. The wish spell, on the whole, entirely, acts as a ninth level spell. You can substitute a wish for a ninth level spell, and doing a lot of beeping behind me now. Here for the beeps. Oh,
Oh, Ripperoni. This is when Cortland needs to have some cool dance moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
Redeem all the
obsessive.
things.
Oh, I can do.
Okay. It went off, which means it's reset now, hopefully. Oh god, you turned on the tail. Ugh. Also kind of a good point to pause for a moment because ad started anyways. Oh,
Hey.
ah, ah.
Oh,
When
so
we
you
raid
Means
at
you
the
need
end
to
of
pick who you
yeah.
raid.
I follow people. I don't know.
My hair has little lights now. Do you see the lights that go through my hair?
Ah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Heck. Being attacked. I'm being attacked. Yeah, so it's got like 10 seconds left. By the time everybody catches up, it'll probably be done with ads. He looks over at you and goes, "Yeah, sort of. So it acts as a ninth level spell. It can be substituted for any other ninth level spell, with a simple cast. Um, you can also properly, if you want, try to make a wish. A wish will be quite literally anything you could wish for. However, it is a ninth level spell, and as such, it can't do everything. It can't create magic, as it were. It can't create energy in a closed system, which means something has to answer the wish. Eventually, that means that the thing that answers the wish will try to reword it in a way that it is more valuable for them to take the power of the ninth level spell to give you what you wished for. It's a trade deal. And whoever answers it generally ends up being the one that can twist it the easiest to make a ninth level spell worth more than what they're giving you for the wish. Basically, making a wish is you putting out a thing you want into the universe, and then whatever entity can answer that call tries to answer that call. Stronger entities get the ability to answer first. Weaker ones answer last. So if you're lucky, a god will answer and will just give you what you wished for. Straight up, just whatever you wished for. And in worst case scenarios, a devil catches what you wished for and turns it into a very word specific answer.
You're saying it. I should be very, very, very precise with what I wish for.
Yes, but you'll need something to answer the wish, or else the magic just dissipates.
Uh,
You need to be specific enough, but also you need it to be not as valuable as a ninth level spell, so that something strong enough will just answer and be like, sure, you can have that thing.
well, okay.
Or you can substitute it for a ninth level spell, and just it acts as if you casted it like a wizard, or sorcerer, or whatever your school of magic is.
Okay. That's helpful. Uh, I guess. I think.
Glad to have been of assistance. Anything else you need while you're here?
Ooh, there's an item on the floor. Uh, how do I describe it? It's a set of paint that makes things real, if that makes sense.
Paint that makes things real. I don't know of any off the top of my head. I'm not an artificer or an enchanter. And he looks over at the other person, and they sort of like just like squint a little bit, shake their head back and forth, and goes, you'd probably want to go to a main district for that, or someone like a major magical shop, like Aksir's place in the Republic, or there's a few shops in Paris that might have it, but they'll have different variations.
Okay. Thank you.
Of
I
course.
got. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Where to next, Rigel? As everybody else is headed home to drink.
I need new armor.
Hmm.
I think, right? We did level up, or have we not?
You did level up?
Okay.
I think Aram's the only one who hasn't leveled up, but that can just be done later.
Yeah. I forgot where I got my armor. I thought I wrote it down, but I did not.
The emerald stuff?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I believe you bought it from the magic shop that was actually at the Spire, because that was a long time ago.
The spire. Yes, that's where it was.
Yeah.
I want to go there.
You want to go to the Kingdom of Efrit, and you'd like to end up at the Spire. Oh, my bros. Hello? Hello? Way back at the beginning of your adventures, back in the day,
Hey.
the Spire was the large mountain that had living at the top of it a copper dragon. And living inside the mountain underneath is the Emerald Dragon S, known as the Queen. Or just Queen. That's where you want to try to go?
Yes.
All right. If you go towards the teleportation region, they'll sort of be like, where are you looking to go? We can send you there for free. It'll probably cost money to come back, but as you are an owner of the fortress, we can quite easily send you through if that's what you would like.
Can I get to the spire?
Ooh, that is gonna be hard to do. There is no public teleportation circles in the Spire. Closest to one is probably in Straudset, which is still a ways away.
How long would it take to get there? On the
Well, let's see. This took about 3 days. With you guys taking, I think did you guys have horses? You had a carriage, right? When you were going from
carriage, yeah.
Ilsburg to the Spire? About 3 days. This is about 2 days-ish. Plus you'll be flying, so you can kind of ignore stuff. So probably like a day and a half-ish. It'll take a while, but you could get there. And then to get back with, 3 days total between going there and coming back to get to a public teleportation circle again.
Mm-hmm.
And then the country's also currently at war, so
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
That actually is probably a fine public teleportation. Because the war is north of Northgut. Well, if you do that, that's definitely going to take a while.
Yeah. I'll ask the portal people. You guys know of another place where I could easily get some emerald armor? They don't take 1 billion days to make.
Uh, Emerald, like,
Like this. And just tap at mine.
I personally don't know. I've heard of magic shops that might have stuff. There are some monster shops, but ones that have emerald dragon scale are probably few and far between, if any. Not the most common material from what we know. Dragon
Mhm.
scales, when it comes to the gemstone ones, tend to be more reclusive and thus have less in existence.
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna visit Akshir.
Hmm.
He knows people,
He does.
and I gotta talk to him anyway.
Sure. Are you headed to the Republic then?
B.
Okay.
Ooh, I
The
wonder if
part.
no. Should I ask him? No, they're having fun. I'll go by myself. What's it?
All right. The party splits as Rigel and Sid teleport themselves to the Republic. Um. So map wise, you are now way the frick over here. Once that catches up
Whee!
on stream, uh, as you get teleported from behind my head or right above my head. There we go. Right above my head to way the fuck over there. And you end up sort of in the center of the largest city in the world. A city that on horseback takes more than 2 days to get from one side to the other if you were able to go in a straight line, which most of the time you can't unless you take the high roads. So, welcome to the most industrialized city of the world, the Republic. You head towards Akshir's shop, I assume.
E.
And as you do so, after having been teleported, the girls get back home and are able to do what they want. What are you guys doing? Are you guys having some drinks?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So, Galliana, you have been told that they don't know what it'll do to people who don't have psychic powers. Do you tell your friends that you don't know what it'll do? Okay. And Aram, drinks have been presented, and you have been informed that Galliana has no idea what it will do to people who don't have psychic powers. Same with Mai. You have been informed. It is drink. It is fermented. Does not know what will do to non-psychic users.
Bless you.
Question DM. I know that it doesn't apply. It might not apply in this situation, but can angels get drunk?
Yeah, you don't have any like high poison immunities, for sure.
Wait.
Most creatures can. Technically, fermentation and the fermentation process is a poisoned effect, which means if you aren't immune to poison, you can get drunk.
Yo.
So, who drinks?
In fact, though, Mai will actually inspect it. Not drink
Yeah.
it, but inspect it.
Yeah, it looks like a beer or an ale. It sort of has that yellowed color of like a like a barley or a wheat that's been turned into an alcohol. But there's this like something else to it. Like with your true sight, you vaguely can see the the like purplish outlines of something else inside of this drink, moving and squirming.
Yeah.
You.
Let's go, chest burster.
Freaking
Aram and Kaliana, do you drink?
yeah.
Cheers!
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have
Kaliana.
a small sip.
Do you just slurp it, Kaliana, or do you also take a small sip?
I'll slurp.
Okay. Yeah, Kaliana takes a big old swig, a big old drink of it, while Aram, you just take a little bit. Kaliana, you can tell that there is some psychic something going on here, as when you drink it, you can see just for a moment past into the veil, as if you're sitting in your world for a moment. You can sort of just see it. You can feel that far realm psychic magic. It's nice, it's warm, and you're probably gonna get drunk if you drink all of this, but that's
Oh.
okay. Aram, however, as you drink it, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
Get mentally drunk.
Oh, save, you said?
Yeah, so save intelligence. Nice.
Oof.
No.
So as you go to just sip, you just take the smallest of sips as you drink.
Pinky out.
Something touches your mind. You feel
Uh,
a pull for a moment. The drink tastes really good, so you drink more. And more.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And as you do so, while you don't see the far realms like Kaliana does, there's something warm and inviting. There's a distant something that just wants to be around you. It wants you to be around. And it's there for you, and you're there for it, because of course you are. And everything's great. Everything's amazing. Kaliana, while you're seeing glimpses of the far realm and you're feeling the wonderful warmth of psychic energy, you see as Aram hugs the drink and is just out of it. You
What
can
have I done?
feel that her mind is disconnected from her body right now. The psychic echo of Aram is somewhere else.
Bring it back.
As you psychically sort of like try to pull Aram back, you're able to tell that Aram's psyche has been drifting into the far realm after drinking this, and seems to be drifting towards your island, but like as an echo of Aram's self. And you're able to be like, hang on, I have actual control here, and you start yanking Aram back to Aram's body. And Aram, this warmth continues, except now the warmth looks like a weird tentacly version of your elven companion. Like
Oh.
they're inviting. You want them to grab your hand and drag you. You want them to take you with them. It's weird because they don't look like somebody you would normally want, right? They look like an aberration. They don't look like their elven self that you're used to, and yet you can tell that they're helping you as you are dragged back into your body and are freaking wasted. Your
Whoa.
mind is just everything is spinning once you hit back into your own body. whatever that was, it basically turned off the rest of your body's defenses, and so you are just drunk. You immediately get poisoned in the drunk effect.
Wings out as far as they possibly can be. They're not tucked anymore. Maybe potentially scary angel time.
Hey.
The facade has been dropped. There is nothing between angel and eyeball.
Ah!
So yeah, Aram's gonna have a good time for the rest of the night. Cal, you can tell that if you drink more, you will get drunk, but it will take a little bit. And Mai, you just see the angel went kind of crazy and is now apparently instantly drunk after having chugged one drink.
Yeah, okay, no.
Hey, no.
My hands or pushes the glass over towards Aram.
Are you sure about that?
Aram chugs another one. I need you to make it. No, just kidding.
Yeah, are you sure about that?
So while you're all getting drunk and having a wonderful time searching through the far realms in your minds, and Mai's just watching on in abject horror as an angel goes mad. Rigel, you make it to the front gate of Akshir's shop. There are a bunch of people sort of like trying to pass the threshold who, as usual, cannot. For those who don't remember, Akshir's shop is a small building in an open field that is surrounded by a wall and an archway that has an entrance to it. It is one of the few fields that exists in like the center of the Republic, and only certain people can get past that archway. And you happen to be one of them as you are able to pass it. You hear the mumblings and grumblings of some of the people who are still trying to figure out how to get past this. And you do see another person leaving the shop as you're able to head your way up and in. You enter the standard shop, which is a sort of open floor plan. Has just a bunch of miscellaneous magical items. But there is no like special or unique. It's not that weird carriage thing where everything matched what you were looking for type deal. It's just a normal shop with a few people at the counter. What you looking for? What you doing?
I'm gonna go to the counter because they were very helpful last time.
Yeah. Worries. The man at the counter goes, "Ah, yes, how can I assist?"
I am looking for a couple of things. Well, two-ish things. One, I don't know what it is. I've heard of it. I don't know what it is. And the other is emerald plate armor.
Don't know about emerald plate armor. We can look through our stores, but what is the first item you're looking for, or what is your knowledge of it?
So from what I understand, not great. Uh, there's this paint and brush. You paint whatever you paint, and it becomes a thing in real life, like 3D actual object.
Ah, a wondrous item then. You're probably looking for one of the ink sets. I believe we have a few pots of different ink sets. Is there a particular power you're looking for the ink set to have?
Particular power.
Yes, so we have an ink set that is pure black, which is our least expensive one. That you can draw outlines of stuff and they become real, such as a door or a hole or whatnot. It is the simplest of the inks, but it has no color, and as such, it only takes on the features of whatever you drew on. So if you were to draw, say, a sword on stone, you would have a stone sword, and you're able to pull it up, and you would have a 3D stone sword.
Neat.
Colored inks we do have as well. The most expensive kind is it's the one you actually sent me. Hang on, what's it called? There we go. We have one pot of what is known as the Marvelous Pigments, which is a color-changing liquid that, as you think of what you want to create and you draw it, it becomes a reality. Now, it can only create things that are worth up to about 25 gold. But it will allow you to draw on any surface and make materials of non-precious items. So you can draw a sword, and it will just be whatever sword you wanted. A steel sword, an iron sword, that sort of thing. Just using that as an example. You could draw a door on the side of a wall, and there would now be a door in the side of that wall. You could do similar things with the black paint, the pure black paint. You could draw, a doorway or a hole in a wall, and it just becomes a doorway or a hole, but it is made of the material that the thing you're drawing on is. So the door would be a stone door built into the wall type deal. The colored material is quite a bit more expensive because it can make many different material types, and you can draw on just about anything, whereas the pure black ink is not as useful overall. Always take on the sort of aspects of whatever you're drawing on rather than you being able to build your own aspects into something. We also happen to have what is known as energy-based ink, where you are able to draw some sort of magical energy, and it will continue as a continuous effect. So if you draw a fire, for example, there will be an ever-burning flame where you drew the fire.
Oh.
You could draw things like an ice crystal, and ice would be there, that sort of thing. It's quite powerful magically, but due to the overall usefulness of the marvelous pigments compared to the energy pigments, they're still way more expensive for the marvelous ones.
How expensive are the
Marvelous pigments, you're looking at about... I need to remember how much they can do at once. There's a certain amount each pot can do, right? It's like a square footage.
Yes.
There we go. Each pot covers 1,000 square feet of surface. Good lord, math. Or 10,000 cubic feet. Ugh. Takes 10 minutes to cover a 100-foot square. Okay. Says these marvelous pigments are only very rare, but that seems weird because they can let you do stuff like draw a tree and there just be a tree, which is kind of a lot. Very rare prices. So, where? These are not by cost variation or usefulness. I'm looking at them alphabetically because I'm dumb. Here we go. Game-changing items. That's the one we're looking at. About mid-level of expensive for game-changing items. Sounds about right. Probably about there then. Unfortunate because I know you can afford it. I mean, it's very fortunate because I know you can afford it. Thank you, Kian. How much gold do you have?
16,000, 17,000, something like that.
You can barely
just
afford it. Okay.
Heckin' coins.
Because it's a game-changing,
That
very rare item, but it's not like the crystal ball, which is absurd. So it's sort of at this mid-range here, which is at about... If you're looking for the marvelous pigments, which are the strongest variation, you're looking at about 12,000 gold.
A lot of gold.
And that's only for one pot that will give you 1,000 square feet or whatever the fuck I just said. Whatever it says on the marvelous pigments page. And that will give you a
1,000.
full...
Or yeah.
Yeah, that will give you a full ink pot of that size. Just one ink pot.
Yikes. How much is the black one?
The pure black and white one, where you can just draw on a material that already exists, is about half that. You're looking at about 6,000 gold for that one.
Ooh. That's more. Yes.
It is much more
Yes.
attainable. It is still per pot for that. And we do have more than one pot of that. We only have one pot of the Marvelous on hand, but we do have more of the black ink because Akshir makes it himself and uses it himself. So we do have quite a bit of that on hand. For the energy ink, you're looking at a similar cost. You're at about 7,000 for the energy ink. It is very specialized, though, and is generally used as an enchantment-based ink on other things. So, unless you're planning on drawing on other things to give them enchantments, such as a flaming sword, which would be very easy with this, because you literally just draw flames on the sword, and there are now flaming, so it's now a flaming sword. The ink is incredibly useful for enchanters, but it's not actually that powerful. It's more of a like, yes, it is a normal flame now that is on your sword. A non-magical flame exists on your blade. Useful, but not as amazingly useful as just being able to draw on a surface and be like, there's a hole. But enchanters like it, so it sits at about 7,500.
That's super
Yeah.
neat. But no. No, for what I was thinking of, the black and white one will be fine. But it is good to know about the other ones.
Of course. There are other variations. I don't know if we have them in stock right now, but many artificers try to make similar inks as their first projects. So you might find other variations at Mages Guilds, or if you want to speak to Akshir directly for something more specific, you can. There are like colored inks people make. There's all sorts of variations of the ink. It is a very popular enchantment item to try to learn.
I'll have to look into it. This sounds very interesting.
Hmm.
But I will take one of the black, please. Black and white.
Of course.
However,
And will gesture over to the other person at the other counter, who will sort of head into the back real quick and comes out with just a little pot. It's a little pot that has like images on the side that look like there's like a door and a hole and a rock, and like there's just little like simplistic images around the edge of the pot, and there's a little drawing utensil out of the top of it which has similar symbols on it. And he goes, okay, this is the pot. We can box it up for you if you'd like a box for it. You must draw with the utensil given, as it is bonded to the pot. You cannot put other inks into this pot. It needs to be re-enchanted, so if you run out of ink, you will have to come back to buy new ink. Because it is an enchanted pot, though, more ink is less expensive than just buying a brand new one. So, like a refill cost, basically.
nice. How accurate do I have to be with my drawings?
Not very. A portion of drawing is that you believe in the drawing. So, like, if you wanted it to be a door and you kind of draw it jagged and gross, it will still be a jagged and gross door, but it will be a door and it will operate like a door.
Ooh, okay. Good enough for me.
Yeah. Generally, the ink understands what's trying to be drawn and will make a functional something. So if you're making a tiny door, it still understands it's supposed to act like a door. All right. That's some freaking gold right there. 6,000 gold.
Bonk.
A blunk. They put down the pot for you, and you're able to add that to your inventory.
Yeah. What should I call?
Well, the normal one is called Marvelous Pigments, so just call this one, I was gonna say,
Basically,
like,
pigments.
I was gonna say something like,
Pretty neat
like,
pigment.
yeah, like, the inky pigment,
Bendy, what?
yeah. There you go, Bendy's ink pigment, there you go, that's perfect, that's exact. Whatever will help you remember that you have the pigments, while also making sure that they're not the marvelous one, obviously. Purely black ink. I keep saying black and white, but it's not black and white. It's a black ink, and then whatever you draw on is what the material is of what you drew. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're picking up what I'm putting down. Bandy's neat pigment. Okay, cool. So yeah, calculations are gonna be weird on that because we'll have to figure out
Yes.
actual calcs. I think on Rigel's actual character page, what you should do is just do like inkwell and then do like 1,000 square feet or whatever out of 1,000 square feet. So that as you use it, we can just remove from
Or put it in
the
your notes.
usage. Yeah. Yep, throw it in your notes or throw it in your items or throw it in your feats, whatever is
Throw it on my feet.
yeah, ink your feet, baby. Throw that shit on Feet Finder.
Hell fucking
free.
yeah.
Oh, free.
Can make even more gold.
Is there anything else you're yeah. I'm starting a new business. I call it Feet Finder Fantasy Edition. No, so yeah. Is there anything else you're looking for or just the pot?
Um.
Oh, right, the emerald armor.
Yes.
We could try to get a hold of Akshir personally and see if he happens to have any. But as that is a rare material, and is pretty heavily managed, it will be complicated to verify.
This is fine. Normally, I would just go to the spire, but shouldn't disappear for multiple days. That might be bad.
Of course, no worries. That is the easiest place to find said monster material, as it is known that Queen sheds quite a bit, and so they use the emerald scale there. It's one of the few places that is legally allowed to trade in that, because we don't want Queen to wake up.
Hey. Maybe I'll have to drag. If he doesn't have it, I might just have to drag them along with him.
Wonderful. If that's all you're looking for, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Hey.
You're gonna head back home?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Travel cost, teleportation cost is 1 gold.
Coin.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's super expensive. Super mega expensive. Teleported back home. And you arrive to an angel who is drunk. A cow
Hi, Rachel.
who might be drunk if she decided to keep drinking.
No.
And a Mai who exists in the room.
Hello. Feel like I missed something.
I made a mistake.
You
Oh.
should try this. It's really good.
I don't recommend that you do, Rigel.
But it's fine.
What is it?
Hmm.
It's apparently an alcohol that Kaliana brought from somewhere.
It's really good.
You do like alcohol.
Mm. I'm gonna
I'll
take my drink and slide it towards Rigel with like eyes like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll like sniff it, just take a quick look, make sure there's nothing weird. And if there's not, then I'll just take a little sip.
So, you also have true sight now.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
So you smell it, it smells like alcohol. You look at it, and there's these little purple tendrils, like there's something living in the drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maya looks at Rigel like, yeah, you see now?
Do it anyway.
I mean, I've eaten tentacled things before,
You've also drinking gold that
and yeah, the. I mean, she's fine. It'll be fine. I'll take a little drink of it.
All right. I'm gonna need you to give me an intelligence saving throw, please. As you take a sip,
5,
Oh,
5, 5,
and
5.
whatever this creature is reaches into your mind.
hey.
Nice.
Damn.
Whatever this psychic energy is, you felt it before. You felt Kaliana's magic, her newfound mutated powers. And you know what hits you, and whatever this creature is that sort of like tries to draw you into the far realms notices that you seem to know what it's doing, and it immediately stops as it sort of like checks itself before trying to yank your consciousness into the far realms. And the alcohol itself tastes fine. It tastes like pretty good alcohol.
Huh. This is some good stuff.
Yeah, there's some sort of psychic
Yeah.
creature, whatever those tentacles are, they're like psychic echoes from something beyond. However, it's very similar to Kaliana's power, so you're able to feel that you can resist it.
Where did you get this? Yeah.
Well, my lovely citizens, they tried making something and they made it, and I thought it'd be nice to see how it works up here.
A little weird. It's pretty good. A little weird.
It's yummy.
Well, at least one person appreciates their hard work.
Delicious.
Maybe sift it a little more, get some of those tentacles out. It's a little unnerving, but
How do you? I don't know how you sift a far realm tentacles.
How do you sift psychic energy out of a drink?
Yeah.
When it's surrounded by psychic energy at all times.
Yeah.
We need to order crystals that siphon psychic energy.
Yeah.
maybe just run it through a strainer a couple more
Right,
times.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
but yeah, it's pretty good. It's good stuff. Tell them they did a good job. It's apparently too strong for angels, but it's good.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
Okay. I mean, I've had weirder stuff. I drank blood. I drank gold. It's fine. It's not the worst thing I've had.
As you are all talking, your butler shows back up.
It's the butler dude.
Pleasure to see you again, Madam Angel.
I don't remember what your name is.
Don't believe I've said my name. Actually, now that you're here, that's quite rude of me. My apologies.
My name's Aram.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Aram. My name is on my OneNote somewhere. Hang on. My name is Valdemi. Valdemi Kvek.
Hi, Valdemi.
Pleasure to meet you. We have acquired mail from Lord Alistair von Host inviting all of you to his mansion whenever you would like. I am recommending tomorrow, based on what I'm seeing here.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
I think
Yeah, we can go tomorrow.
It's fine.
maybe
It's
tomorrow
fine.
night.
It's fine. I'm fine.
It's fine.
Well then, I will inform the castle that you will be arriving tomorrow. Chances are they will wish to hold a dinner
castle.
or a lunch or something. They will prepare either a lunch or a dinner, and you will all meet then at that time. I will inform you
Oh,
tomorrow
what's
when
up?
the meeting is.
Okay.
Chances are you will meet Alistair's wife at the time, as well as Lady Kvek is currently here.
Oh,
Yes. My apologies. It is a house name for a type of vampire. The current
it sounds
leader,
really cool.
of House Kvek is currently here.
Here? In the house?
No, at the castle.
Oh, shit.
So cute.
Like Aram stood up and like started brushing her skirt off, like, oh no.
Along with Lady Talay, who is the third in line for the Talay house in the event that the current leader and her older sister dies.
Kovik.
He sort of just smiles, looks over, and he goes, "You want me to spell it for you?" Just like
No, I just like the way that it sounds. It sounds really cool. Kovik.
more fun when you learn what we can do.
Oh. Oh, cheeky.
We are known as indestructible for a reason.
Well, sir. I know I don't have my wits about me at the moment, but I will take you up on your offer later. No. Like do a little like that hand flick at him. Sir.
Gives a bit of a bow back.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow then.
Yeah, definitely not today.
Wonderful. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day then. That's all the news I was able to bring. It is weird that they sent us mail and he didn't just come here. Chances are his new wife told him to send the mail.
Ah, it is appreciated.
Well, I will inform you tomorrow then, whether it's a lunch or a dinner, and send you off to the castle.
Okay. We will make sure we are presentable.
He gives a
Thank
nod,
you, sir.
turns, and leaves the room.
I give him a wink if he makes eye contact with me as he leaves.
Sure, he will smile. He definitely looks like an older gentleman and is like pretty well built
From,
for an
like-
older dude.
There you go. I'm like 12,000 years old. That's fine.
Yeah. Because it is reaching 5 o'clock right now. We will have the meeting with Alistair and his wife next time we play. Do we know if everybody will be available on the 3rd? So next week?
Me.
Possibly. I'm not entirely sure. I think there's a birthday party. There's a birthday party that weekend. I am unsure if it is the 2nd or the 3rd.
No worries. Then just inform us in chat over in Tabletop Tavern. we will, if something happens during the normal streams, I will inform everybody, hey, no D&D tomorrow type deal, you know, if we learn of that by, you know, Saturday or Friday or whatever it ends up being.
I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Yeah, appreciate it. If not, then I don't know what we'll do that day, but we'll figure something out. We always figure something out. Tomorrow I will be doing stuff probably. We have our normal stream with Rogma later on.
E.
Rainland has been doing something with me early and I believe wants to try to keep doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to still.
In the event that he does not, we will play a game and probably try to stream. In the event that he does, I will see you guys later for the Rogma stream. And my phone is ringing because my dog needs to eat food.
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 So
Oh, Freya, she
Right here.
barks. She's like, I heard that.
My
if things are
turn.
going correctly, I will see you guys later for the Rogma stream on Monday, so tomorrow. If things don't go correctly, then I'll see you early on Monday and for Rogma stream later on Monday. And then Tuesday, Blargs said she was buying Tabletop Simulator. I doubt she remembered, so we're probably going to play Minecraft. But if she did remember, then we're going to play some Tabletop Simulator. We'll be playing some tabletop games with Blargs. And then Wednesday, I don't do shit. Don't expect me to do anything. I don't wanna, but I might randomly because I've been known to randomly do stuff. On Thursday, Monster Hunter Wilds open beta is occurring.
Yeah.
So on Thursday, I'll probably play that. But we'll
Yeah.
see. It has character creation, it has a bit of a story tutorial stuff, and it has one major monster hunt as a part of the test. And so we're going to do it all because apparently it will carry over to when the game releases. So that'll be cool. And then Friday, we're still working on my model. I might do some more hair stuff. We did some pants. We just blacked out the pants before so that the texture's not visible. But we might do boots on Friday. Possibly. Assuming I get done with the color change stuff. Because I want to make predetermined colors from now on. So that even if people do random color, it's going to be a predetermined set of colors. And then it will reset and then redo a brand new color from a set of whatever I want. So the defaults of like what we have right now, yellow, cyan, red. Normally you guys would be able to, during the color change, you'd be able to say red and yellow and it would turn on red and yellow. Now the redeem will be if you want red and yellow like this, it will instead be you say blood orange and it becomes this color. And there will be a other version of just normal orange, which will be less. It won't have the red and the oranges with it, because I will be able to variation the blend shapes. As of right now, they sit at either 100% on or 0% on. I will be able to curate the colors, meaning that red could be, say, 30% on, while yellow is 50% on, which would definitely make a more yellow orange. Rather than right now where it's just bright fucking red, bright fucking yellow, becomes super orange. So we're just going to curate a whole bunch of colors. If anybody has ideas of what colors they want, feel free to send it in the Discord, and I will just add a bunch of colors. Send me some hex codes, send me like an image of a color you want, and I'll try to make it. And that's it. So, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your time zone. Let's raid somebody.
Yay.
Yeah.
Get the frick out of here. 100% yellow, 100% green equals and 10% brown. I don't have brown. I don't have brown. I mean, yellow and green just makes lime right now. Here we go. Yellow, green, and red makes this yellow black color. That looks gross compared to just normal yellow when it comes to lighting, but it like blacks out everything, which is kind of cool looking. Okay, hang on. What are we doing? Where are we raiding? Where are we raiding? We gotta go somewhere. We gotta go somewhere. Surely. We're gonna snooze the ads for a
Should
moment. I'll just
definitely have a Haster
yeah, I can make like
Haster
a
color.
just that's probably this color to be honest. This weird yellow orange. It probably needs a little bit more
A
yellow, a little
mustard.
yeah, a little less red, a little less green, so that the yellow shines through just a tad more, but isn't bright yellow. I think that would probably work. That's a good idea. I'll see if I can add that to the list. Who we want to raid? Oh, we gonna go hit up Tiersy again, like we always do.
Mhm.
Or Pointy Sphere is playing Kingdom Hearts 3.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Largs is playing the Addams Family Mansion Mayhem. What the fuck is that?
Ooh.
What the heck?
Oh no, switched games to Haunted House. I don't know what that is. Maybe we'll go over there. Let's go over to Blorgs this. No Tiersy this time. I love Tiersy, but we'll go hit up somebody else for this Sunday stream. There we go. So yeah, Friday is going to be a bunch of curated colors, and then hopefully we do more hair stuff, and then if we can get to it, we'll do boots. And that's it for my news for the rest of the week. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your time zone. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I hope to see you again soon. Bye, stream.
Bye,
Hi,
Shane.
Tim.
Bye, Shame.
Goodbye.